We're doing this again. There's more than 10 people. We've been watching for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Welcome everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today's story brings us to Tempe, Arizona. Austin Davis would like to feed people that are hungry. A few members of the community would like to stop him from being able to do this.
Folks with good intentions who feed homeless and transients in our parks only help keeping them in the region.
Good. 10 seconds.
At least until the next time. Please, we have to be careful of the bad behavior and not comply with some no civility. Tempe, are we going to accept lawlessness or defend lawfulness? Thank you.
Thank you.
We know what is working here and what does not work. What doesn't work in the downtown district and the surrounding areas are large gatherings and feedings. We know they don't work just from seeing it, but we also know from the data. It leads in a large increase in disruption for the central business district for several days prior and after, and such things as trespassing, theft, turf fighting, and the like.
These people are talking about violence. They're bringing up many examples of common homeless population issues in the downtown area and in the surrounding neighborhoods. They're bringing up things that have nothing to do with Austin Davis and him offering free food. It has nothing to do with that. These things, these homeless issues that society faces, are not being made worse by people that offer them free food. They're happening because of systemic problems that people refuse to address.
I stand before you today to address a matter that has been increasingly concerning for homeowners like myself: the unpermitted charitable feedings in our public parks, specially organized by Arizona Hugs for the houseless.
I would like to ask Mayor Woods and fellow council members and the city manager to stop the feedings that are going on in neighborhood parks. This is bringing an influx of homeless and drug addicts back into our neighborhood.
Recently, we observed an increase in human traffic and litter on weekends. When I discussed this with Lane and Paul, apparently individuals receive free food and then migrate into the neighborhood.
Mass feedings in the parks in North Tempe only enable these populations to stay in the area and add to the trash impact in the bordering desert. I've watched the migration of people on their way to feedings in Moore Park on bikes and walking along Curry Road.
Their argument is that trash is left behind. They use words like migration. What we're dealing with here in reality is a prejudice against homeless people. These people just don't like to see homeless people in their neighborhoods because they're not used to it. It brings crime and uncleanliness to their neighborhoods. That's the official argument. So naturally, I went to this feeding to see what it was like, how it all actually played out, how it all actually went down. I went to see this migration for myself, and I wanted to see if there was any trash left behind. I wanted to see if there were any truth to these complaints from these Tempe city residents. So I checked it out for myself, and this is what I found.
Fostering a community of trust and togetherness and creating these safe spaces where people feel comfortable to just be themselves and just be together. That's what works. Not taking away access to food and basic necessities that people need day to day so they'll have to go somewhere else to survive. That doesn't help people. That just perpetuates homelessness. And it baffles me that the city is saying that we are perpetuating homelessness with our picnic once a week on Sundays.
He's just the guy that keeps things running smoothly and ties all the resources that we don't know how to reach out to grab. Like he connects, does all the connecting and making sure things run smoothly. And it's a really trying job, and he does a lot, and he sacrifices a lot to make sure that we get things that we need to survive, you know?
Love our community, love our family out here, and our top priority is still always making sure that people have access to, basic human necessities. Access to food is a human right, and, that is something that has to be preserved. This is more than just fighting to keep the picnic going, you know. This is a representation of the criminalization of homelessness, you know. Today, we have to adjust. We did not get the permit. The city denied our permit request. So today, what we are doing is, it has to be very specific because it's within the means of the law, you know. So we are doing groups of 10 small private picnics with tickets that we're handing out to folks. So we're doing private birthday parties with 10 people at a time, as many private birthday parties with 10 people at a time as necessary to make sure that people get fed, get blankets, clothing, and everything they need.
This man, Austin, wants to offer free food to hungry people. And the city of Tempe tells him, no, you must have a permit to be allowed to do that. So he tries to get a permit. They tell him it will take around 6 months to get an approval for his permit, and that he must stop offering free food to hungry people while they make their 6-month determination about whether or not he's allowed to give free food to hungry people.
They denied our request for the permit because we continued to host picnics during the review process of our application. And they told us we had to stop during the review process, but morally that just wasn't an option because people still need access to these basic human necessities, and we weren't going to stop for our community, you know. And I fundamentally don't think that is a reason to be denied for this permit, you know, because that's the sole reason that we're getting the permit, is to be able to better serve our community, right? Like that's what we've been told.
Austin believed that doing things this very specific way that he tried to do them this time would stop him from getting in trouble. Everything was going good for a while, and then after ABC 15 and Fox 10 left and any other media presence was gone and all the cameras were put away, that's when the police showed up. Look who showed up. This lady didn't even have anything to do with the organizers of the event. She was only donating food. She heard that homeless people were getting fed in this park, so she brought food to donate to that idea. And the police felt it necessary to stop her, get her identification, get her information so that they could log it in the system. And she gave this lady a warning and told her that now she knows she needs a permit to be able to donate food to a table.
That's exactly why you should never answer questions. And you know it. That's why you giggle. Trick people into incriminating themselves. It's a horrible way to live.
That's what she did. She drove up, she brought food in and set it on the table where people were giving it away, and she tried to drive away. And she had to give her ID up so that she could get logged in the system, so that now if she ever dares to feed another homeless person, or donate to an event that is feeding homeless people, if she dares to donate food to an event that is feeding homeless people, then she will be properly punished because she has been warned and her ID has been logged in the system as warned. So now she's going to get punished next time. No more warnings. This is a perfect example. This is the perfect example of why you should never talk to the police. The police's job, if they are talking to you, then they are trying to get information from you that they can use against you. They are trying to trick you into incriminating yourself. That is their job, and that is what they're trying to do if they walk up to you and talk to you. So in this lady's case, she should have said, "I'm sorry, I don't answer questions." And they would have said whatever they said after that, but you should not answer questions. That's the bottom line. Period.
Shouldn't have told them anything. You haven't committed a crime.
So it is a requirement then that you obtain a permit if you're going to provide any food or events in our parks or public places. So
Bastards.
containers over. So
Hey there, how you guys doing?
if any of those
Doing good. Oh, I'm off. Nice to meet you.
Excuse me, how far can I do you walk over?
As long as you're safe, we're safe.
Alright. Just want to keep everything documented.
I told everybody at my party that I was bringing food, so I'll have to let them know about it. And all the information is online. Okay, I just, I just dropped off food. I didn't pick up anything. Sounds great.
Sorry.
That's okay. Not you guys' fault. Austin,
Hey,
is this all you out here?
we have a private birthday party. 10 people. We're
Okay,
coming
where
up
is
and
that
getting
at?
food. 10 people at a time. We're coming up and getting food. Then we have another private birthday party. 10 people at a time getting food.
Private birthday party?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the people that are walking from there to there, what does that mean?
After people get their food
Yeah.
in their group of 10, they disperse wherever they want. We're not telling people to
Okay.
sit here or there, do
Did
whatever they
you
want.
rent out the Ramada?
We did not rent out the room.
Okay. So
But
you know that
Ramada's
there's a
not
time limit?
rented.
Okay, but you know that you have to, you can only be there for 4 hours with the room. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, private parties or not, I'm still seeing people walk in from all over the place, and then your van is parked on the other side. So we're doing this again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gotta
Yeah.
take the
Okay.
precautions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to, take any kind of swim for it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to document just like we have every time.
Totally.
Okay.
You just let me know.
May I ask, is there going to be a citation involved?
No, he has not received any citations from the city of
I
Tempe.
did last week.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did not receive a citation, Austin. The
After
officer took a
cop did,
report.
Yeah, he said that he was sending it to prosecutor.
Right. Every time that we've come out here, it's been sent to the prosecutor.
He said he signed it and everything. He gave me a report number and all that. So.
Every single time we've come out here. If you get a citation, that's something that you sign. You have not received a citation from us.
That's what he called it. He called it a citation.
Actually, I watched that body worn camera video, and he did not say that.
Okay, well, what's the difference between
A
a report
citation
and
is like when we would either take you to jail or give you something that you sign that says that you have to, in lieu of. So you have not been given a citation. By
this is
anybody.
another situation, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is kind of, if we can handle that real quick. Yeah, this is important.
Okay.
Okay.
You know you've been served then. Have you gotten that letter
No.
in the mail? Okay. You'll be getting a letter.
That's what it boils down to. They do a really elaborate job of attempting to make it look like they're not doing that. She goes as far as to say, he hasn't received a citation and they're not stopping anything. The way the police are handling this is not an accident. What's happening is called a long form. What they're going to do is document that they were there. They created a report number so they can act like they're not doing anything right there on the spot, but they're going to send all of the information, their body-worn camera and everything, to the prosecutor, who's then going to make up some charges and decide what they have a best chance of getting away with charging him for, and what the best route for them to be able to punish him is. They don't want to write a ticket that he'll be able to get a lawyer to get thrown away in court. They want to send it to the prosecutor so they can talk to the city attorneys, and they can talk to anybody they need to talk to find out how they can get away with punishing this person for feeding people, for offering free food to people.
They tried to call you on Friday. But
emails, you can just tell me like what the.
I haven't seen the letter. I just know that a letter will be sent to you on Friday. Was sent to you on Friday.
What is the letter entail?
I think I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen the letter.
Okay.
So once I see it, I would be more.
So like a court date, or
no,
just
it's
a
reference the status of your permit.
They want y'all to stop.
Oh no, yeah, they told me we didn't get the permit.
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so they told you you didn't get the permit and you're still here?
Well, this is a private. We're doing a
It
private.
doesn't matter, private or public, right?
No, this is a private birthday party with.
There's more than 10 people. We've been watching for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So, okay.
Well, that's
You
just what
want the
we're
report
doing.
number for this one as well?
Sure.
Okay. What? Oh,
That's probably the biggest thing.
No, these two right here are the biggest danger here. Believe that. Make no mistake about that.
No, I've met her before, and she's nice. She's
No,
just doing her job.
she's a criminal.
Yeah.
You know who else was just doing their job? People don't like to hear that, but it is true, and you know it. You can't get around the truth. If you're ordered to do something unethical, it's your job as a human being to ignore that order.
Appreciate you, brother. We can handle it. It's okay. Thank you, though. Thank you so much.
Ask you real quick.
The phone number here is going to be at the top. I'll put it all. So it's the phone number to our records department. Okay. Any questions?
I got a simple question. Okay. So the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals have just ruled that this is totally legal. It's an expression of our First Amendment rights. How does a city code supersede our civil rights?
This is all going to go through the prosecutor's office. It doesn't go through us.
Okay.
I could answer that question if you want.
I was just asking her why they keep on coming out, and specifically him, because I've been to other feeds in Tempe where
There's
you
more
guys,
than one permit that has been submitted.
okay,
Yeah.
and
Well, they denied the permit
Yeah,
for us continuing to
so-
feed folks, but
Right.
that's a basic human right. You know.
So
yeah, that's
this isn't. I'm not the court, right?
right,
I have a city code. I'm here to say, hey, you're not supposed to do this,
right,
and that's where my role stops.
right.
I haven't arrested him. He hasn't been arrested. We haven't shut anything down. Every time we come out here, it's on body-worn camera.
Yeah.
So our actions are all recorded.
I know.
So
No, I just had to ask that
Yeah.
question because maybe you guys might know something that we don't. You know, it really happens like that because I understand it's the 11th Circuit Court, but it's something that will supersede even in the 9th District, the 8th District, the 5th District, because it is a basic fundamental right to feed people. You really can't deny people food. You're basically denying them livelihood. If they can't eat, you know, you're saying, oh, you're better off starving because. So I was just asking for my personal reference.
that'll all go through our courts, and then a decision will be made.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Can I take a picture of the card that you gave me?
Yeah, I'd like to see that too if I could.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the insurance. We're gonna take tomorrow here just to get some food on it. That'd be awesome.
Where?
Tomorrow, just right over there to get some food.
All right. Are you okay with that?
Is it okay with you?
Do you want to go get some food? Yeah. All right. We got a ton of hot dogs.
I was there from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until well after the sun went down. And I kept doing walks of the entire area where all this migration was happening, and I could not find, I mean, it was immaculate. It was cleaner than I normally find parks in Tempe in other areas. I think because of this event, that park is cleaner afterwards than it would have been had Austin and his team of volunteers not showed up. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was very well organized. It was very upbeat and happy and friendly. Everyone around was happy and respectful, and I think better off for the day.
Every week we're helping people get connected to detox, rehab, shelter, and a variety of supportive services. You know, and we're all just working together for each other.
Austin stayed there through the night, asking these people what they needed and helping as best he could to facilitate it. Grabbing bags of clothes and going to the laundromat to do their laundry for them. I mean, simple tasks that people take for granted. He is helping them facilitate those things, and bigger things like substance abuse help and things like that. He'll sit there and Google with people different resources that they might be available to them. It just the idea that the state is so ready to punish someone that goes so far above and beyond for people in need is so sad to me.
They also said, you know, people have found trash and syringes and stuff in the park, but there's no way, it's not like that's something that we are causing, you know what I mean? Right. But they're blaming that on these picnics.
From what I could gather in the many hours I was there, the claims of uncleanliness are simply not true. I know this isn't the first story like this that you've heard, and unfortunately, it won't be the last story like this that you hear.